indie horror games are dead.
I'm a bird.
No, they're not. Recently I've been seeing a ton, and I mean a ton, of posts related to this indie horror games are dead, while showcasing games like Garden of Banban, some of the, a little bit weird clips from Amanda the Adventure, which I have a separate video on, by the way, and also taking shots at Bendy as well from back in the past. There's also this controversy regarding the mascot horror taking priority over actual horror, so much so that even Vincent Lewis, the creator of Dark Deception himself, saying, yo, Dark Deception will be his last mascot horror game, after which he will work on other survival horror games. What is a mascot horror game? Games like Bendy and the Ink Machine, where mascot is Bendy. Puppy Playtime, where mascots are Huggy Wuggy, Mommy Long Legs. You can consider FNAF to be in the same vicinity as mascot horror, but FNAF is a special case, Also, games like Mr. Hop's Playhouse, which it's a fire game, by the way. Do check it out, though. Other would include games like Choo Choo Charles. These are considered mascot horror. And these are the games that obviously get views here on YouTube, and that's why many developers, they tend to make their games around it. It's actually really a fun process. Even I have thought of games that I want to do around mascot, and it's actually a really fun process to think about, to talk about, to look at, but that's not what I'm talking about. The notion of indie horror games are dead because mascot horror has ruined the indie horror scene, or just horror in general. The notion is completely wrong. Something popular doesn't mean that it's good, but also something popular doesn't mean that it's the only thing ever. Allow me to explain. Garden of Banban, Puppy Playtime, they're popular, many kids watch it, many people play it, some enjoy it, many don't, for one reason or the other. My takeaway, there are those games, right? But then there are other games. Games like Iron Lung. Games like the recently released Bramble, the King Mountain. Games like Last Case of Benedict Fox, with those two released just this week, alongside games like Amanda the Adventurer. Indie horror games, they're not ruined. They have increased in numbers. There's a specific type / genre of games that have increased in numbers recently because they're, appeasing to the general viewers in the indie YouTube scene. I'm not gonna say indie horror scene, indie YouTube scene. I love Amanda the Adventure game, but I'm not gonna put it next to Silent Hill. I'm not gonna put Five Nights at Freddy's or Puppy Playtime next to Resident Evil. First of all, those are two completely different genres, but I'm not gonna put them near Dead Space, Alien Isolation, The First Amnesia, Outlast, Fatal Frame. I wouldn't put next to them, but also we have great titles from the recent memory as well. Games like Tormented Souls, The Medium. I know the ending was a little but Scorn. Look, the main point is, it's not that a specific game has ruined the genre. Sure, a specific type of game is getting more views. Other developers are looking to cash in on it. It's the only way they see how their games would get popular. But at the same time, for every quote-unquote game that ruined the franchise, there are hundreds other that have saved the genre as well. Just this month, we are getting Amnesia the Bunker, literally taking it back to its root. We have Silent Hill 2 remake for freak's sake this year. Ladies and gentlemen, I already talked about The Last Case of Benedict Fox and Bramble the Mountain King, who have both dropped last week. Some of the best indie games I've played in a long time. There's Outlast Trials coming, Oxenfree 2, the most anticipated sequel. My goodness, Layers of Fears reimagined. So excited. It's still an indie game, don't forget. Are indie horror games dying? Is the genre ruined? No. You're just playing / watching, cause some of y'all don't even play. Most of you just watch and say we've played. No. You're just playing / watching the wrong games. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know more horror games. I post posts related to AAA, AA, and indie horror games on my Twitter, and Susie for more. Yay.